What is going on, guys, and welcome back to the You Don't Know Ball podcast. We have a week 9 preview / questions / topics / everything extravaganza. I stumbled on that word for a sec. Connor, how's the cake pop?
So good.
That's good.
Cake pop.
What flavor is the pink one? I'm not a cake pop expert, to be honest.
It's vanilla.
So
Oh, dude, Starbucks is so like antsy about the blood thing. I get it. We're handling drinks. Yeah. But I used to cut my finger all the time at like
Don't say it.
Quitting.
Don't say it.
what
I'd like still,
where are we going with this?
I'd still work, but like, I don't know. You gotta like wear like a finger condom and shit.
More than just that?
Oh yeah, you have to put on a finger condom. It's like a little rubber band thing that's made for like one finger.
Yeah, I've seen those.
I took it off because it was like, bro, this cut isn't even anything. Look, if I take it off,
I don't think the cameras want to see it.
And
like
you just dropped your cake pop
it's not
on your
even bleeding.
computer.
Yeah, he's dropping cake pops. He's giving up secrets about his kitchen sanitation.
I think this desk is clear.
All right. So our question will be.
Oh wait.
Oh, go ahead.
Can I go first? Just because we start off the show with something fun.
Yeah, I was gonna ask a fun question. Do you
Oh.
have one?
You go first.
The battle of fun questions.
I want to hear Tyler's.
Yeah, I want to hear
You're
your
excited.
fun
Yo,
question.
whoa.
You
Oh,
were
it's
really
not-
excited to ask
It's not
this.
like crazy or anything.
Fun as hell.
It's not that fun. Kind of. I don't know. Interesting. Since holiday season's approaching, which holiday do you prefer? Thanksgiving or Christmas?
Ooh.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you guys have to think about this.
It's Christmas. Easy.
As
Yeah,
adults? No.
It's Christmas.
No, I see.
It's
as
Christmas.
a kid, Christmas easily, but there was a part of me just
As
for a
adults.
second that was saying Thanksgiving.
Fair. I respect that. I think it's Christmas.
I'm
for
still
me,
gonna go Christmas, but a part of me did second guess it for a second, bro, because it's like getting the presents isn't the same anymore.
It's not about the presents.
And that actually
it's about
hit
the
me.
joy.
That hit me
Yeah.
last Christmas.
though. I know.
I was just like, damn, I'm gonna wake up and open like a couple pairs of pants, maybe a hoodie.
it's all about the presents.
No, it's about the
Boo.
birth of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
It's about the family time too. It's about the family. Don't get me wrong. Thanksgiving's the move too.
I guess
Second place.
Okay,
Yeah.
hear me out. I guess it also depends on kind of what type of food your family does on Christmas. Because some people have like damn near the same type of
Yeah.
food going. So like,
Agreed.
if
Yeah.
that's the case, but if your family balls out on Thanksgiving and just has like a mediocre Christmas dinner and stuff, then Thanksgiving kind of
I don't know about you guys, but I mean, like, if I wake up, I don't care how old I am, and I see snow on the ground on Christmas, I cheese
Yeah, you have to.
way too hard. Like it just
Unless you're a Scrooge.
I don't know. There's something with Christmas that just makes me feel happy. Like it's just like I don't care about the amount of presents. I can get one present, but I love Christmas and the vibes it brings.
Christmas spin zone though. If you have to drive far on Christmas and it's snowing, that shit does not hit the same.
Nope.
Like you got to drive like 2 hours a day, like an hour and back or something. It's
Never
just-
for me.
You
Never.
know what I'm saying?
Okay, go ahead. The birth of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Well calculated.
Okay, just another short question. When is it acceptable to like get in the Christmas spirit? I'm not even saying
Now.
like a lot of people like say like playing music like is not a no before Thanksgiving, but just like in general, like
I'd say like the week of Thanksgiving, but let me tell you something. My aunt, October 31st.
stop. That's a crime.
Obviously, a couple of days ago, Halloween. The next day, I believe she has her Christmas tree up. She like
That's
she's
crazy.
awesome.
she loves.
that's-
she actually loves Christmas.
She's awesome.
So fucking much. It's crazy.
It puts me in a different mood.
it does. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, that is true.
No,
And I walked
yeah, but
downstairs.
if it's a month before Thanksgiving, then it's
Oh.
like to me that takes away from the mood.
she finds a way.
See, it
man.
adds to the mood for me. Like I just like to quote Pops here. Shouts to Pops, man. He would always say like, "I love the Christmas tree. I'm trying to keep it up as long as possible." That was literally what he would always say. Like I literally keep it up a little after Christmas. Like what?
Oh,
Like
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
never like. That's always been me. I'm always gonna stick with that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna carry that tradition. Like, I don't care if it's a week after Christmas. It probably still not gonna come down for a little while. Like, I
Oh,
love the Christmas.
My
tree.
family does up until the New
I
Year.
think same. I think so too.
Yeah.
Mine.
That's like reasonable.
Yeah.
I might stretch a little bit and
Oh,
be unreasonable.
And she loves Christmas music. She put it on her Instagram story. It was like Christmas music on like 104.9 or whatever. Like, can't wait. I was like, damn.
Shouts to the radio station.
I don't know, dude. That's
I'm
that's
like,
just too much
wow.
for
Oh,
me.
dude, she loves. We've all told her before, but man, there's no ain't stopping her from listening to Christmas music.
All right, you guys ready to get into it? I
You
have
know
a
me.
fun would you rather game real quick. And I'm just going to name 10 players, 10 wide receivers. No, we'll just go down the line.
Oh, I
Say
was going down the line. Okay.
10 wide receivers, but you have to tell me if you would rather have Travis Kelce or the wide receiver.
Oh.
Okay. I like it.
I'm trying to like see where Travis Kelce's
Okay.
value is and where you guys value him.
Okay.
Because I was thinking about it today and I was like, is he a top 10 offensive weapon?
Oh. Probably,
I'd
yeah.
probably take all 10 receivers over him.
Really? So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's going to depend on the person. Oh, well, some people might. All right, let's get into it. Stephon Diggs.
Give me Stephon. Still.
Stephon.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I don't know. That's tough.
Who is your tight end if you don't have him? That's another thing.
Right? It's not even fantasy or anything. It's just like offensive weapon. If you were in the first round of a draft and you had to draft these 10 guys or Travis Kelce, who would you rather take?
I'll stick with Stephon here.
I'll say Kelce.
Ooh.
See,
say it.
I feel like Connor's a Kelce guy. He
Mhm.
might answer Kelce a lot, but definitely not this next one. Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, come on, Tyreek.
Yeah.
I think it's a clean sweep.
It's the cheetah. I mean, like, how could you not pick him?
Devontae Adams.
This year?
Give me Kelce.
Yeah, right now, straight up give me Kelce.
Nah, I'm taking Devontae.
Dang.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah. Just a true
Yeah, not
X.
Diggs, but Devontae.
A true X. I think Diggs is great, but Devontae has a little bit more muscle to him.
D Hop.
D-Hop.
Yeah, D-Hop.
Going Travis.
Wow.
Cooper Cup.
You don't even have to ask me. Go ahead.
You don't have to ask me either. Actually, that was confusing.
Are you going?
Yeah, I'm
you're going
confused.
Travis?
Are you Kelce?
I'm going Travis.
Okay.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah. Controversial. I'm going Travis.
Not controversial. That's a good pick.
Interesting. Does Kelce have a triple crown? I didn't think so.
This one might be a little bit easier. AJ Brown.
Kelce.
Kelsey.
Bro, how are you?
AJ Brown,
What
bro.
are you
I don't
doing?
understand
I
his
like it.
logic.
You suck. You suck. No, dude. Come on. You're gonna take
AJ Brown.
Kelce over Diggs, but then you're gonna take Brown over. What are you doing, bro?
Brown has it all.
What?
So would you take Diggs
I don't
or
know,
Brown?
man. This is a tough question.
You're gross,
I'm-
man.
I'm taking Brown.
Oh, that's so
Oh,
gross.
Brown.
Brown might be the best receiver in the league right now.
Hot take.
That is so-
Hot take
I mean,
alert.
tell me right now who's better than him.
Dude, you're
Okay,
blind.
other than Tyreek.
You can't say other than because he's not the best. Then.
All right, he's number 2. I don't know.
No.
That-
I'd say
no,
Steph-
no, I think people are-
I think. Would you agree? Stephon is better than AJ right now?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
I would take-
That's what I'm.
I think he's making a push for top 5.
Ignoring the numbers.
On one Sunday, you had to Diggs
the Super Bowl day. The day of the Super Bowl.
Diggs or Brown. I mean, you're crazy as hell.
Brown's got better contact balance. He can break tackles. He does have a similar route package, and he's strong and huge. Like, yeah, Diggs is shifty and whatnot, but Brown has it all. If you made a receiver in a lab, it'd be Jamar Chase or AJ Brown. Like, you're building a guy from the ground up. It's AJ Brown is the guy.
I will admit AJ Brown is like probably like the best prototype receiver.
Right.
I'm not saying he is the best receiver, but like his build is like
Like what
and his speed too.
what can't he do? What can't he do?
I'll say this.
He's not a better route runner than.
No, you're right.
He's
You're
just
right.
not a better.
It's not
separator.
close.
That's like
yeah, that's not even close.
That's fair.
To Diggs.
I agree.
I will say though, the Eagles are using him more in a way where he's like actually running routes and catching the ball downfield. Where like in Tennessee, he'd catch a lot of slants, a lot of screens and stuff. And he's still doing those things, but I'm seeing like I think he had like two of the 3 touchdowns were on deep passes.
go balls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Where he went up and got it too. I agree with you. I think AJ Brown is probably a little bit underappreciated this year because he's balling out for sure.
Mhm.
Next is Justin Jefferson.
Oh, that's not even. I'm sorry. I didn't
Yeah.
have to think about that. That's Jay Jettis.
Yeah, Jettis.
Especially like mainly considered his age.
Jettas.
I'll go Jettas.
Like you have with like the
I don't
age
know
gap
anymore.
on this one, I have to.
I don't know.
Connor is the most inconsistent
I
thinking
don't
of
know.
this.
This is a bad look.
Connor's just like pulling it out the hat.
This
like,
is like impossible.
This is a bad segment for you. I'm gonna tell you that.
It is. I'm not gonna
This
lie.
is
But
bad.
I'm doing great right now.
This is
Mike
bad.
Evans.
Kelsey.
oh yeah, no, that's Kelce.
Kelsey easily.
I
I
thought you were
think
gonna
it's
say
easy
Mike
too,
Evans.
yeah.
No, I can't do that.
Yeah.
I'm not,
I would
Jamar
say-
Chase,
Jamar.
Oh, Jamar.
yeah, Jamar.
CD Lamb.
Kelsey.
Yeah. This has to be a sweep, right?
This was the last
Kelce.
one where I was like, none of the guys like would make a push for Kelsey, but I had to do 10. Real quick, since Connor did this, AJ Brown or Stephon Diggs.
I count AJ Brown. I'm gonna do it.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Okay, can I like explain myself why?
This is like you would rather use AJ Brown in your offense. What
It's-
you envision?
It's where we have a blank team. I don't have Josh Allen. I don't have Jalen Hurts. I've got a Kirk Cousins right there. And Kirk Cousins, we've seen what he did with Stephon Diggs. Nice, but not amazing. Kirk Cousins with AJ Brown. You're telling me AJ Brown's not gonna produce if that or more? Like because you got to think of it as a blank slate, blank team. Everybody's an average player, but you have to pick a receiver, and AJ Brown is probably going to either fit that team the best or have the highest upside. And I see you guys being
that's
convinced.
that's
right
fair.
now.
That's fair.
No, I'm not.
I'm still
convinced.
taking
I'm just
Diggs,
saying,
but
like,
that's fair.
I'm not convinced at all.
But do you understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah, I do.
Maybe. I don't know that.
All right,
that's
that's
fine.
just
Yeah, no, I understand where you're coming from.
AJ
To each their
Brown,
own.
AJ Brown or D Hop.
Well, AJ Brown.
Oh,
D Hop, I love D Hop, but he's old and he doesn't have the explosiveness that he once used to
I
have.
don't care. I get.
All
I'll
right,
take
all
it
right,
out.
all right. If you're taking him for the one big game this year, that's what I think that's what changes it. Because if it's this year, it's definitely D Hop. That's the thing is like if it's the future,
Yeah,
I'm with
obviously.
Connor,
Oh no,
though,
no,
we're
there's
like-
no future. It's just like level of play right now.
I'm sorry.
Give me D Hop. I mean, wow.
All right, we'll do one
you
more.
can tell
You can tell what.
when I have him on my fantasy team. I'm watching him all the time, but you could tell like the first game
That's
he was
where
back.
it comes from.
It's just like it doesn't look as explosive. Like when he's running his routes, he's getting open because he's that good, but like he's not creating like the 4 yards.
Can I ask you a
separation he used
question?
to.
Can I ask you a question?
I don't know.
Yeah.
So do you expect D Hop to just roll off the couch and just come out guns a blazing after missing 6 games?
No.
So that's unfair of you to judge.
AJ Brown would.
Wow.
I
It's
think
just-
that's where the age comes in.
Yeah.
Like he's 30.
Well,
Give me-
we ain't talking age here.
We are because you're taking the player.
Like DeAndre, like I get like the explosiveness thing, but the thing with him is his hands.
That's
Yeah,
got the-
Watching him snag that ball, bro.
it's different.
that's fair.
It's like glue.
AJ Brown's hands aren't like considerably worse where I wouldn't take him.
No, this is a tough question. All right, we'll do one more.
You got me, jeez.
AJ Brown or Mike Evans.
AJ Brown.
This is not even like Mike
Okay.
Evans is a beast.
Easily.
I don't know where the line is drawn. Actually, I thought that was going to be like at
No.
least debatable.
No, I don't know.
It
Evans-
is debatable on like. it
Okay,
is.
okay. Last
Can I-
one. AJ Brown or CD Lamb.
This one is not debatable.
This
Homer.
one's
Okay, is this
tough.
one a little bit closer?
It is-
it is
okay.
tougher.
That's-
I
I just
think
want to
it's
end on a good
it's
one.
not Homer. I don't know.
Now I'm just fucking confused because now the most inconsistent guy on the list is getting love over the second or third most consistent guy, who I agree was we're not like now I'm just really getting confused. Like now we're all just getting we're skewed. Now we're fucking skewed.
Hey, can I not pick the guys I like? Like yeah, it's just to each their own. It's my preference.
No, I get what
No,
you're
I'm with you
saying.
over the CD. Like what's going on here? Like
I don't know. I was iffy about CD coming into this year. I said it a lot, but like, I don't know.
I love CD coming out of OU.
It could become crazy. He's got a lot of upside. Like if he just, I don't know, figures it out. That's tough. Wow. I guess I'll say AJ. But
It was funny to see you in the spot that Connor was in like 5 minutes ago.
This was a really good question.
Yeah,
This
that
was a
was good.
fantastic question.
bad segment for you though. Bad. Very
I
bad.
thought I did great, but that's
It was,
just me.
it was an off. It was an off.
No,
night.
I thought it was a really interesting question because Kelce is like I don't know. I'm glad I didn't have to participate in it because I didn't have to think about it. But like Kelce is definitely up there for offensive weapons. Like he's their number one offensive weapon in the Chiefs offense. And they're still moving the ball, scoring a lot of points. Like
He's so different. It actually has come to a point where he's different.
Can I have one last point about it? Because I just need to say this. Because it is true. Like, this thing is, if you ever, because I have for moments, start to underappreciate Kelce and what he does, just watch the reps or like when he's not in the game versus, and yeah, those tight ends are still productive and they still have like some solid guys, but it's not the same. Like, it's absolutely not the same. When things break down, they're not going to be where Mahomes needs them to be. Like, it's just nowhere near the same.
Wait, I have another question off of Kelce. How big is the gap between Kelce and Andrews? Is there that big of a gap?
yeah,
Yes,
Yeah,
I would
okay.
say
yes.
Okay.
For me,
Yeah,
yeah.
not really for me.
Wow.
I mean, so like when
I thought it would be a big gap.
when you do like comparisons like that, I always have to take into factor the teams they're on and like how they play the game, and like switching Mark Andrews into Travis Kelce's
That's
spot.
true.
Like put Mark Andrews where Travis Kelce is. It might not be as good, but damn it, he's gonna put up maybe more touchdowns, like maybe more yards, but like it might not be this like play to play consistency.
I don't know. I have this weird thinking that like Mahomes and Kelsey's brains are like automatically
They're
synced.
That's a good
Because
point.
the chemistry there is absolutely like ridiculous. I think they were born for each other, maybe. I don't know. Because it's
okay.
like it's so fucking weird, but it's cool. And that's where I think
I have
like,
one
it
last thing.
I don't know. Kelsey, that
And
chemistry
then we'll
is
actually
crazy.
go on. And this might sound ignorant because I didn't really get to see, or I guess we all didn't get to see like Tony Gonzalez like in his true prime, like early 2000s, maybe even was it the late 90s? I have no idea.
I
he
think
was
prime was like 2000s.
And I understand Tony has like crazy records and like Kelce probably won't break it, but like, bro, Kelce has to be close to him is in terms of level of play. Like I've never seen a tight end move like Kelce does, run the routes like Kelce does. Like he's just so smooth.
And it's also how many mouths are in that offense. Like that's the thing is all these other good tight ends are in just basically the offense that they're getting fed in. Like that's a point though that I think that really like elevates Kelce's that he's been in like 4 mouths to feed offense this whole time, and he still churns out 1,000+ yard seasons versus all these other tight ends that get like these 1,000+ yard seasons where like they're the main target.
Yeah.
Is that not a fair point too to just how good he is?
When Tyreek was there for sure, and even in his younger years, probably, yeah.
That's the thing that like I was like totally blown away. The 4 touchdown game we had against the Raiders, bro, you knew who it was going to. You literally knew who it was going to, and you didn't do a damn thing. Why? What do we do? Like it was. I know it's like the scheme had some part. Like I think they ran like a
No, you
short,
double him in the red zone.
Yeah,
What are we doing?
What are you doing? Yeah, that's what I knew. I was like, okay.
All right, Hunter, take us away. Sorry. I've been saying this for a long time. I'm so convinced that Rodgers is just going to retire at any moment. And with how bad they're looking, I would not be surprised if he retired this year.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say Packers because I do think the Ravens can franchise tag Lamar still.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna say Packers just because Jordan Love ain't that Hall of Fame quarterback that you guys were had for those flip flop years, whatever. But like, yeah, it's totally like a slap in the face again. Like you saw pieces getting moved around and like you did nothing. Like when Jordan Love got drafted, could have taken a receiver. Nope, you took him. And I think they just keep slapping him in his face. And I don't know how long he's gonna, be able to keep up with this. Like, I think to Dylan's point, I think he could retire any moment now.
Yeah, I think I'm with you guys that I think the Packers are in the worst situation. But I just want to touch on the Ravens for a second because I think it's true when people hear like the Ravens in this situation, I think a lot of Ravens fans be offended, like, oh, we just traded for Roquan and all these things. Oh, we're a solid team. Like, oh, we've lost a lot of games we should have won. But that's the thing that's the main thing that's overlooming though is Lamar has a decision. And that's the thing too is the franchise tag shit. Like I agree it's possible, but do you think Lamar's going to go out there and play on the franchise tag? That's a fuck you to him. Like I think he's like fuck
not.
you back. Like all right, put me on the franchise tag. Cool, I'll see you guys next year. And if that, I might even negotiate. You just paid me for a year, and then it's fuck you. So that's the thing is I don't think they want to play that game because that's a game that they could get bit in the ass on hard. He has all the chips in his side of the court. And so I think that's the thing is for Ravens fans, we need to consider that they fucked up not getting this deal done already, and I think they know that. That's the thing is Lamar also is playing with his own health. It's a weird situation over there in Baltimore. I do agree that with Rodgers being as old as he is, the Packers are undoubtedly a worse situation, but it's definitely looking shaky, very, very shaky across the board for both teams.
Originally, I would have said Ravens just because I think trading for an off-ball linebacker that's not a premium position and you're trading a pretty high pick for a guy like that is never really a good move. It's burnt a ton of teams that have traded for linebackers. But the reason I'm not going to say Ravens is because they don't have to sign Roquan after this year. If he walks, they're going to get a third-round compensatory pick, which they traded a second for. So essentially, they're moving back around for this 1-year rental. And the thing is, you can see how well he does in that defense to know if he's worth it or not the next year. Also, I don't think he can ask for super that much amount of money if he, doesn't play well. And if he does, maybe it's worth it to pay him for that team. So I'm going to say the Packers are in the worst situation because their roster is to win now, and they're probably not.
Their GMs kind of like did the same thing. It was like, hey, Rodgers, here's Sammy Watkins. Hey, Lamar, here's Deshaun Jackson. Why are you getting
That was crazy.
Why are you getting old heads, man? Like,
Shit is hilarious.
what? Like, that makes no sense to me. I don't get it.
Deshaun's essentially just like a hype man. He's just
At
there.
this point,
He's just
right?
there vibing with Harbaugh the whole
He's
time.
going to play like 1 or 2 games, have a big, long play, and then
I hope so.
his hammy. Oh,
The Ravens needed an honorary old head.
Yeah. They need some veteran presence in there. So if Lamar doesn't get paid the amount that he knows he deserves, I think he does walk, even though it's against, who he is as a player, because he said he wants to bring Baltimore a ring. I don't think he wants to leave, but if they force his hand and don't pay him like a respectable amount, I do see him walking. And there's only a couple teams that I think he would really want to go to. I think he wants to play for a good head coach, a great culture. And I'm just thinking of this on the spot. Seattle would be kind of cool. Him go play for Pete Carroll.
I don't know if he'd vibe in Seattle, but
Yeah.
I
Like
that was one that,
city-wise.
yeah. That was one of the teams that came to mind for me too. Can I go? Because I just thought of a really cool one,
I want to hear it.
bro. If he goes to the Falcons, Art Smith would be cooking with the runs, with the run scheme. And
You can have
hear
the
me
money.
out. Who's his best target in Baltimore? The tight end. Who do they got in Atlanta? Kyle Pitts.
I like that a lot.
It's not going to happen, but you're telling me Art Smith, who's been running the out of the ball this entire year, wouldn't love to have Lamar Jackson? He would be cooking.
That's cool as fuck.
And he's got, Pitts in London, and
He would vibe in the ATL.
I was
Come
gonna say
on,
that.
bro.
Yeah,
What?
that's his. I feel like that's his total vibe there.
He's a Southern guy.
Yeah. Oh, geez, dude, I don't even know a team like. Dobbs, you can go ahead. I'm stuck.
All right. I got 2. I'm kind of excited about these because the thing is, don't get me wrong. Like these, it's ugly, but I'm just looking in the realm of possibility. Like, let me be clear. These are 2 like possibilities. Just I don't know how you make. When deals like crazy things like Lamar going to a new team happen, you never can picture how it's going to go down. The shit just hits the fan. Like who knows? But hey, like if we're looking at teams that got the money, the Patriots and the Giants. Picture Lamar in a Patriots uniform with Bill Belichick. Picture him with Dable
He'd
over
be
in
kind of cold.
a Giants uni with Dable. Like freaky, but like they can have the money. And like if they decided to I'm just giving you teams that are gonna be able to take the biggest swing at him.
I'm going to be
like-
honest. I kind of want to see him walk now. It'd be so fun.
It's just so weird to even think about him in another jersey because, like, he
I
just
can't do
right
it.
when he got drafted, you're like, he's a Raven for life.
Dude, and
felt
he is a super honorable guy, I think. And I think you're right. He wants to stay in Baltimore 100%.
It like the culture there fits him, man. I don't know what it is. Oh my god, I don't know a team. I don't know.
Here,
I'm
do you want- do you
stuck.
need the-
A really popular one has been the Dolphins.
Well, yeah.
Just because he's from Miami.
But they would need to
area.
make a like down. Now they would need to do a lot of Let me make sure I'm correct.
Well,
about
they're gonna
that.
sign
They would do
Brett-
a lot of shit to
They're
make
going to
that
sign
happen
Chubb
now.
to a big deal. So
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I'm saying this purely for entertainment and jokes. But like, if the Bears wanted to, they could literally push Justin out the door and would be able to give him by far the most money out of every team. Like, I'm just
You're probably right. Yeah,
I've had
they-
franchises with LeBron and the Bears.
could.
He looks
Like,
cool.
obviously we don't like that's not like the vision or anything. I don't think that's the vision for the regime either. But like,
All right, I'm just
they
gonna give,
have the most money by far. Like,
I'm gonna give mine, and I hate it.
Oh, don't.
It's gonna be something so bad.
He's gonna say the most foreign.
He's gonna say the most random shit.
I saw what helmet you were looking at. Don't say it.
I know what he's gonna say.
You can say the Titans.
Go to the Commanders.
I knew it, bro.
Oh
I knew
my
it, bro.
gosh! Ew.
I hate it.
I
I,
saw him
told
looking
you.
at the helmet
They
too.
would give him the money.
I know, and I hate it.
Are
I
they gonna
don't
have
know.
the money?
They're 15 on that.
Yeah, they're
or
gonna have, bro.
14.
They're gonna have to make a lot of cuts and shit.
Like, I don't know where else you could go. I'm just picturing him and Terry vibing and Dotson, and I don't know. Honestly, that's the throw. I just.
I
threw
mean,
that
Lamar
answer
the
out.
Commander. That's so
Carolina.
fucked.
I was gonna say
thinking
Carolina,
too,
yeah.
but that's pretty. dope.
Indy.
I was thinking
Weird. I
Indy
don't think
too,
he-
but weird.
Indy would have like minimally enough to do like but like I think Lamar's gonna want more than they would be able to. Like,
Yeah, I don't know because I can't picture him in another uniform that is not the Ravens.
What about Tampa if Tom leaves?
That'd be cool.
aren't they? But I
That'd
think
be
they're.
sick.
I think they're still.
He's from
yeah, bro,
Florida.
but they're in cap hell too. Where they're gonna be like reeling. So like
He
that.
has weapons though.
He'd take a pay cut for that. Wouldn't he? Come on, that's
I mean,
a
I
Super Bowl.
Godwin,
Is it though? If we look at it right
Evans,
now,
Lenny.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's
What?
a Super Bowl.
I'm not buying it. I feel like I wouldn't like
That's
him in
a
that
Super
situation.
Bowl.
I would like him more like I
On the
don't know, like,
Falcons.
I'm not. No, that should be.
No.
Leave him. Get him out. Get him out of the NFC South. We don't
No,
want
the
him there.
Commanders, baby.
Unless he's coming
I
unless the
love
Saints
the
can pull off
idea of him
47
in a
trades.
Falcons uni.
He looked pretty cool.
He would
in,
look really cool.
It just
I like the Seahawks one too.
then he
though.
could actually he would
Very,
actually be
like,
compared to Vic all the
quietly
time.
possible.
That's what I'm
Oh, yeah.
thinking.
Like quietly possible
Where?
for the Seahawks. Like
Oh,
I like
yeah.
that one. Like that's not off the table completely.
Connor had a
Stuff.
good thought about this earlier, and I think he's definitely on the right track because it's the easier position to fill into. But I am gonna go with TJ Hawkinson. I think he's gonna play a lot of snaps. What?
What did I say?
Bradley Chubb.
I did.
I said Bradley. Oh, you just said Bradley Chubb. Tyler definitely had the right thought process on that because it's the defensive side of the ball. You could just throw him out there pretty much and rush the passer a lot on third down and whatnot. But I'm going to go TJ Hawkinson. I think he's going to fit right into the system well. I think that he's going to play a lot of snaps actually on Sunday. And I think they should involve him a lot moving forward.
It definitely takes some heat off of Jay Jettas, and it'll be cool to see, cool to watch. I'm interested to see that. Yeah, mine is Bradley Chubb. It sucks that they're playing the Bears, but like, I mean, he's coming off the edge against some pretty below average tackles, so I think he could get after it. He's gonna have some juice. Come to a new team with a winning record and all that stuff, Miami. So yeah, I think he can make a big impact. And there's not really much to learn, like defensively, like scheme wise. It's just
You're rushing the
obviously,
passer.
You're rushing the passer. Get to the quarterback. It's that's what they'll tell him, especially 5 days before the game, whatever. So yeah, I think Chubb can have a field day on Fields. Maybe. I don't want it to happen, but
I
could
like the
happen.
analogy though.
Could happen.
Is that who you think I'm going to choose?
No, he tweeted. That was his tweet. He said, Chicago, no, I'm a snap.
Yes, sir.
See that
Yeah,
tweet.
fire me
That
up.
tweet concerns
Fire
me.
me
That was
up.
kind of cool.
That
Fire
tweet,
me up.
that tweet concerns me a little bit.
I was hating.
Fire me
I
up.
wasn't even hating.
Wait, Claypool said that?
He tweeted a picture of himself in a Bears uni, edited and said, Chicago, no, I'm a snap.
Welcome to Paul's land.
All right, Dobbs, go ahead and give yours.
So I'll be honest. I don't think mine's going to be the guy who makes the biggest like immediate impact. But I think like for the playoff run stuff, Naheem Hines to the Bills is like Josh
Yes,
Allen
sir.
cheese. Like this dude is going to be cooking on wheel routes. Like, and it just adds. Like that's the thing is they're two backs already right now. Like I mean Singletary and Cook. Like I think this is more just we trust James Cook more down the line. And for the playoffs, we literally want a second back who we trust with the ball a lot, who we trust to catch the ball very sure-handedly. And I think it's going to be a huge move for them.
I like it.
I've got a weird one.
Uh-oh.
No one's thinking of it. No, it's not. Probably good answer. Yes, but no. It's Calvin Ridley. It's not going to be his first game for a while, but when his first game happens, he's probably
snapped.
going to snap.
Connor snapped.
He's probably going to snap with Trevor Lawrence.
His first game is going to be week 1 next year.
Exactly.
Well, that's the thing too is
He's
isn't
got
it
hella
like where
time.
even if he doesn't snap, they didn't even spend a ton of value on him. So it's like they didn't even put themselves in a strained position. He has to
Mhm.
sign a long-term deal for the second rounder.
I saw tons of tweets that are like, unknown better with the tag of Calvin Ridley 18 gets his trade offer odds at plus 8,000 to the Jaguars.
Yeah, I saw that.
Cashes in on $1 million.
That's hilarious.
I know the answer immediately.
Falcons.
Shocked me there, buddy. Shocked me. Oh, actually, yeah, I'm gonna go Falcons too because I'm thinking I was gonna say like the Seahawks could maybe win that division, but the Niners I think they're gonna get hot and just run away with it. I'm not sure about the Rams right now, so I'm gonna go Falcons. I think. Yeah.
See, it's like I understand where you guys are coming from, but then I'm in the opposite side of that where I think that the Bucks or the Saints or both are going to get hot sooner than later in the South, and then things are going to like kind of like similar to what you're saying. But like I don't know, and I think more than anything, I'm really bought into how Geno's playing this year, and I'm bought into Pete Carroll's coaching. Sound like if you heard me a few years ago, but like Pete Carroll made me, he made me eat my words. Like man, I think the Seahawks got something good going on. Kenneth Walker, I'm all in. The defense has a lot of guys producing. I think that, like more than anything, in just the pure structure of the team right now, I got to take the Seahawks.
Yeah, I'm going to see Seattle too. I think when it gets down to the crunch time, you got to lean on your passing game, and Seattle might have the better one. Plus, that defense has been playing pretty well. The young guys are playing extremely well. Tariq Woolen, who we haven't gave a shout out yet in this pod, has been playing phenomenally for a rookie.
He's a freak.
Oh,
Great pick.
I've given a couple. You guys might have I had to give him at least one.
Dobbs has
maybe.
been giving some love.
I mean, he really might be like second team All Pro this rookie year. Like, I mean, seriously, like he's absolutely amazing. First by the end of the year, I don't even know. I mean, who am I to say?
Yeah, I mean, it's weird because you think like, oh, how many GMs should pass up a tall, athletic corner that ran a 4.2? But those guys haven't really panned out in the leagues yet so far. So it's kind of interesting to see him, do well.
And I believe he played receiver before this.
I'm sure he will.
Because I like whenever in college or high school, or whatever. But I know they like made a comparison of him and Sherman, and that's like
you're right. I remember that.
That's he knows receivers' moves and tendencies and stuff like that. So that's a little edge up. I think he could be special.
Mhm.
And Kobe Bryant's playing.
Yep.
Pretty well.
Even that edge that they drafted 2 years ago that didn't play last year.
They were talking about Maffei's been eating two of those
Maffei's
rookie.
been playing really well. Yeah. The guy from Tennessee.
You're talking about Nichena Owusu?
No, Wusu's been playing well, but I'm thinking of the Taylor, I think.
I said his first name backwards.
The guy who got hurt last year against the Steelers.
He didn't play at all last year.
No, or they put him. I forget. No, he was making plays last year, I thought. Oh, man.
I don't know.
What's his name, Dylan? Please check fast. Hurry. Run.
I'm trying to look up all their draft picks.
Well, shout out to Jordan Brooks, too, in the meantime. I mean, that's the thing is the Seahawks have a lot of guys playing good. I could keep going, man.
I remember that pick. People were kind of confused at first.
I was a confused
right?
buddy. Straight up. When they picked Jordan Brooks, I was confused.
Yeah.
But hey, it was a long-term pick. That's the thing is they happen like that. Like sometimes it happens like that. Sometimes you got to take the long-term shot.
Darrell Taylor, yeah.
Yep. That's him.
Oh, Darrell Taylor?
He's been playing well.
Playing awesome.
Real quick also, I think that we might have the NFC playoffs like not locked up, but a pretty good idea. Like, and I think it's the 7 teams that are holding the positions now. Eagles, Vikings, Seahawks, Falcons, Cowboys, Giants, 49ers. Because after that, it's Commanders, which I don't think they're a playoff team. The Rams certainly don't. The Bucks do not look like it. Packers, no. Cardinals, no. Sorry, Dobbs. Saints, no. Bears,
Oh, what about last week?
I think the Cardinals could.
Mm.
Their schedule's really
Man, clearly
tough,
did
though.
not watch Halante Taylor last week.
I just think that, like, again, teams always rise and fall. We know this. But I think that's a pretty good picture of the NFC playoffs. And to be honest, it's pretty fucking gross.
Here's a crazier thought. Could the NFC East get all 4 teams in there?
They're close.
It's close.
No, the Commanders are
right behind
tied for the last wild card spot.
That would be insane. And everyone last year, 2 years ago,
Stay asleep.
It's the NFC Beast.
yeah, now it's the NFC
Stay
Beast for
asleep.
real. But no, they won't.
7-0, 6-2, 6-2, 4-4. How crazy is that?
I will
that's
agree though.
wild.
No matter what,
They used to send one team to the playoffs and they were like 8-8.
Hello, Commander Hater.
Hello, DC hater.
No, I mean, I might have thought they were a better team. I mean, Heineke was playing. That guy, dude, that team loves playing when he's behind center.
They love him.
Like Charles
Noticeable
Leno.
difference.
Charles Leno, he's fucking in love with Heineke.
He's a captain on the Commanders. What's going on here?
Heineke?
No, Charles Leno.
Well,
What's going on here?
Don't even get me started on that because what a fucking malpractice letting him walk from the Bears. But yeah, dude, that team plays for a fighter, and just Wentz isn't that guy.
Yeah,
and they give him a bag.
And they just give. He fights. He has that mentality of like he's gonna be the bulldog in the ring, and he's not gonna stop until he's knocked out. And
I respect that.
And I love it, honestly. It's cool to see. Like, I like those kind of guys. They're awesome that you can rally around them, and they surely rallied around them in Indy last week.
Especially because how humble he is too. But yeah, just to your point real quick, Connor, that is fucking contract malpractice because y'all have 114 million sitting in the bank right now. Y'all did not pay Charles Leno. That would have been one huge X off the board right now.
Jones, so.
Oh boy.
The thing is, last year we didn't have Braxton Jones, and we just decided to roll with Jenkins. And he
no, Peter.
Oh, Peters.
That was
Jesus
so gross.
You literally said he called him off a fishing boat. What was it like?
I was the one that said that.
No,
was that real?
Crazy.
No, it's real.
No, they
real.
said he was sitting next to, I guess how the Southerners say it, a crick, and he was fishing, and they called him up on the phone, and he said, "Sure."
That's a summary of the Poles regime.
Hello? Yeah, I'm playing.
That's how they did it.
That's a summary of the Poles regime in a nutshell.
Has he suited up for the
Not
Cowboys
the Poles
this
regime.
Year?
What am I saying?
He's so
Not the Poles
he's
regime.
suited up.
I'm
but
mixing it up.
play.
That's a summary of the Pace regime. Yeah, sorry guys. I was misquoted there. That is literally a summary of the Pace regime, though, in a nutshell.
Oh, the QB Whisperer, he's here. What's your question today, sir?
Yeah, I have Joe Douglas on the line.
Yep.
He wants to know what he should do with Zach Wilson. Or he wants like.
Oh no, it's gonna get ugly.
Okay, yeah. 1 second, let me just formulate my thoughts. Yeah, you should probably get rid of him. I don't know. No, I'm not kidding. I'm kidding. Totally kidding. Not get rid of him. But something's got to happen. He's got to mature quick. Looks like he's trying to play backyard football. It looks pretty ugly right now. And at this point, your team's 5-3. Joe Flacco. So you got to hear the whispers of him something. Right or wrong. He doesn't put the ball in harm's way. I mean, maybe once or twice a game, not like Wilson's doing right now. Like, if you want to go to the playoffs and get some experience for this young team, like, do you do that? Because they got the Bills this week. They're gonna get slaughtered, and he's gonna look way worse than he's ever have in his life. Trey White's back, so like, what's he gonna do? So like, I don't know. It could be the wheels could be falling off of this kid.
Yeah, I guess I'll respond to that first and foremost. It's an odd question because you're probably right. The Jets might have a better chance of winning games with Flacco at quarterback, but you literally you can't bench Zach because if you do, that means that you're giving up on his entire development as a quarterback, and then like what do you do? You have to trade him if you're going to sit him, and they're not going to want to trade him because he still has the tools, he still has the arm. He's still, I don't mind his scrambling ability. He does do it way too often and way too early, but like you can at least see he wants to make a play. And you know, sometimes I respect that. Some guys just want to go out there and make a play. Does he make a lot of plays? No, no, he doesn't. But like you can see the flashes. And that's what everybody's been saying this entire season. You see the flashes. And I said it before the season, this is not going to be Zach's year. Next year, you never know.
You should see a lot more flashes, though, considering what they brought in.
No.
Not like Zach Wilson.
No.
Okay, all right, wait.
6 touchdown game?
No, I need to intervene.
6 touchdown game?
Yeah.
Not the arm talent and all of that.
That's a flash, in my opinion.
No, it's not.
On a Todd Bowles-led defense, I think that's a big flash.
On a bad Todd Bowles-led defense. And
Doesn't
where
matter.
he threw
Was that
to
even Todd
people-
Bowles?
6.
I think he was a head coach then, no?
Yeah, I think he was their head coach or the DC.
No, he was the Jets
Or he was
head
the
coach
DC.
before.
I'm pretty sure it was Bowles who was there.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't really give a shit.
All right, well, here I need to intervene because everything you guys are saying is true. But here's my thing, though, and I'm gonna counter it with like a second point, then I'm gonna shut up. Zach Wilson has made it incredibly clear he struggles really hard reading coverage. That's why he extends the shit out of plays. That's why he puts himself in harm's way all the time. He can't make a quick decision. And really, it's what I want to counter that with is yes, he has all the tools, he has all the talent, and I think he has all the tools to be awesome. And that's exactly why I hyped him up so much coming in the league. However, I'm going to use this and remember this going forward whenever I'm scouting quarterbacks in the future. You can't get too high on the flashes and the big moments because those aren't what win you games a lot of the time. It is literally the 90% making good short-term, short field, moving the ball down the field decisions. And if they have an extra get gear in their step where they can make big plays, that's just an extra bonus. But really being a pro quarterback is about getting the ball out quickly. If you don't have that, you don't have anything. It's exactly why Zach Wilson isn't doing shit right now. I hope he hears this because he has all the tools to be fucking awesome, but he can't read shit quickly. And that's why the Jets, frankly, the offense sucks while he's playing right now.
It's all between the ears. That's what it is. It's his mind. And I don't know what's going on, but it doesn't look pretty. I don't know when you hit the panic button.
I want to spin this in a new direction. When do you call it quits on a quarterback? Because now I'm seeing Daniel Jones. I know Dable was a huge part of that, but he's playing good football. This is a very drastic example. Geno Smith is randomly playing good football. Like, for a young quarterback, when do you draw the line? And because I think this is the situation that Zach Wilson is in. He hasn't played that great so far in his career, but you do see the flashes. So, you're still going to be hopeful. And it's just like, when do you just say, we have to move in a new direction?
I'll jump on that first. I think it just depends, like, all on situation and team based. Like, if your team is built to win now, kind of thing, and like he's like kind of the guy holding you back, kind of thing. Like the roster's pretty good.
I guess to put it in a better perspective, it's like, so they're on the 4 to 5 year contract, right? So it's like, obviously you're not going to get rid of him throughout the 4 years or whatever, but I guess just like make a different move at the quarterback position. Just because like I'm saying like a definitive line, like 2 years, 3 years.
This could be,
and maybe it's definitely more nuanced than that, but like
this. I know we just brought up Mitch. Obviously, I'm not saying they're in the same place, but it's like it could be the same situation in a year or two. Like the Jets are obviously only going to get better. The Bears roster was built to win now in that time, and he was the one to hold them back. Like, what happened? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of the same timeline. Obviously, the Jets aren't going to be like the 2018 Bears, or whatever. Maybe they are, but like they've got the pieces in play, and if he's the one to hold you back, you start kicking the tires on a quarterback to maybe battle after. I'd say, when did they do it with Mitch? After your
they did it after his fourth because they just didn't pick up his fifth year.
I just want to say I agree with you, but like the Jets, just real quick, they have beaten so much less formidable opponents than like the Bears were beating that year. Like there's like, you know what I mean?
No,
they've gone so many backups.
I get what you're saying, but like there's pieces in New York that I really like.
They have some nice pieces.
Like
they have awesome pieces, and if he's the guy to just not hold up his end of the bargain,
my answer would be 3 years. I think 3 years is
or right before or
after 3.
After, okay.
Like going into your 4th year when they decide whether or not they're going to pick up the 5th year. Yeah. So after 3 years, they should know whether or not.
I think that's a good timeline. I'm going to say my answer is going to be that you get rid of, or not get rid of, but you separate from the rookie quarterback if it's not working out, or a young quarterback. Once the vision between how you view their development and like how they view the development's going, if that makes sense. Like if you're not on the same page about development, I think that's when you have to move on.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is a tough one. Cause I don't think there's a set number of games or amount of time to play, then you have to move on to a quarterback. I think once you see his ceiling, then you can move on. I think the Bears saw Mitch's ceiling, and then they moved on. The Jets need to still see Zach's ceiling, and once they do, then they can move on. And I think that comes with, playing games, but like you saw Josh Allen's ceiling, even though he wasn't playing like a great quarterback and they stuck with him. There's another example like Jared Goff. Played really well, graded really well some seasons, but you knew his ceiling. And once they knew that, they're like, okay, this guy isn't going to win us a Super Bowl. If the Jets see Zach Wilson's ceiling and it's like, maybe he'll make a playoffs, maybe he'll be frisky, but we're not going to win a Super Bowl, you got to move on.
I think that's a good answer. And I'm just going to push you a little bit further. So like in Zach Wilson's case, what do you think like would be like a defining thing for them to like know?
To know?
Like if he doesn't grow out of like making these like terrible decisions and stuff like that?
I think that's a part of it. I think the Jets will know Zach Wilson's ceiling when they've seen him play with an offensive line that has been healthy for an entire year. At least 3 years worth of game played with him. And then I think they're really going to know if Zach has the sauce is not if he can, work an offense with these short routes, but like get back to the big deep ball throws. Cause that was his thing. Zach was hitting these crazy throws on the run. And if he can't do that, if it's just like on the run, every time he does it, he throws a pick or it's incomplete or it's inaccurate, like then, oh, we might have a system quarterback that once used to be a great, scrambler and extending plays and whatnot.
Well, and like you said, like the O-line stuff. How often do you get a healthy O-line for 17?
No, that's a good point.
And I mean, if you do, it's a blessing. Like
I agree,
you
but
gotta
at the
count
same
all the
time,
blessings that like O-linemen get injured almost all the time.
I
That's why,
agree.
no, that's why every good team has
But-
depth at the O-line.
Yeah.
That's true too. It's just like losing Elijah Vera Tucker, and it's just that's so massive.
Well, and Mekhi Becton.
And Becton too.
Mekhi Becton hasn't played
Well,
what, has he
yeah,
played,
you
like
can't-
4 games.
You
Like,
can't. Yeah, I was
2
gonna
years?
say.
So sad.
I was gonna say you can't
He's our
really.
guy, bro.
You can't really say Becton because he wasn't really ever out there with him. So it's
Yeah.
like
No, you're
Yeah,
right.
no.
you
But
know.
I mean, when he has played, he's played really well.
he's played well, yeah,
Right.
but like you haven't seen more than a big.
I
big
also wanna-
sample size.
Bring up another point, just like talking about how quarterbacks like you see their ceiling and whatnot. It's terrible when you see their ceiling in the Super Bowl. Like you're just like, what? McVay's probably watching the Super Bowl with Goff on the sidelines. He's just like, fuck. Like he cannot get us over the hurdle. Shanahan, I think that's why they went on and got Trey Lance too, because they're in the big games and they're just like, fuck.
Mhm.
Like Jimmy G is not good enough to get us over the hurdle.
I'll give Goff some slack in that Super
Because
Bowl.
about Bill, but
Yeah, like that's.
Well,
like,
he
if
went
they didn't play
against
the Patriots,
Bill.
I think
He
that would
didn't-
look like
he didn't have Cup.
I'm gonna be honest. He was
Like-
blatant. Like I was so like
But don't forget the Rams shouldn't
appalled.
have been there either.
I was so appalled. True. I was so appalled by that game. Like Goff was just missing throws. And he looked better than that the entire season. But like in that game, I know like he didn't have some of the receivers. Like I like vividly remember him just like missing throws. Like, and it was bad too.
Spooked.
Yeah.
Too big of a moment. Sometimes it is. Which you can't blame him for
I-
because it's the Super Bowl.
I have something you're gonna like, Tyler, because we're on this.
That's not very often.
No, it's not. I'm gonna tickle your balls a little bit.
Whoa. Where's the sound effects?
So, there we go. Talking about quarterback ceilings, I mean, the Dolphins are super talented, and I've been preaching this Tua isn't that bad train, but they make the playoffs. They're fighting with teams, and they know that Tua missed a deep ball to win them the game. They know the ceiling, and
wow.
from quarterbacks with that scheme and players with that scheme, like they might have to move on. But that's only saying that, like, I still think Tua, because this whole season's all about Tua's better than everybody thought, and that's been proved. So now we're moved on from that, and now
okay, that's
we
fair.
have to assess him going forward.
I can't believe you said that
No,
though.
can I say though?
But you've been on this train for a few weeks now, so
Yeah.
You know what I think that this proves though? Like, because that's the thing is I agree. I've been thinking the same thing, but then here's where I catch myself. Because I think I might bring you back here with what I'm about to say. Because
Okay.
then I think to myself, like, the only reason I think that is because of guys like Josh Allen and Mahomes. And there's not gonna it's probably not gonna be another Josh Allen or Mahomes for a really long time. Like,
we
and
got
that's-
we
like,
got the new gen. We have the new gen.
It's like you got to use Tua now. Like if you're the Dolphins, you got to be able to find ways to use Tua in those big games where your defense. That's the thing is you got to be a Belichick now. Like you got to beat them with the defense, special teams. Like you're like you know what I mean. Like I think it's like I agree with what you're saying, but it's like Tua's gonna have to be enough. It's like because it's like with how well he's playing right now, it's like I think he has to be because they don't have time right now with this regime. Like there's not gonna be like a window, I don't think, for a new young guy. Or it's like I agree. I've thought the same thing. That's what brings me back. Where I'm like, fuck, they have to do it with Tua. Like
The thing is, like, you kind of have to get a quarterback like Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes, or you're not going to win it. Like you kind of need a guy like that.
Go back and look at all the Super Bowl quarterbacks. They're all greats except for like Eli Manning and Joe Flacco.
there's the
And
anomaly.
Eli
There's
Manning
like
is
the
still great
anomaly
too.
every
Nick
4 or
Foles.
5.
And Nick, sorry, I should have said Flacco and Nick Foles
Can we say
instead
like
of Eli
every
Manning.
4 years is an anomaly? I think that's like
Yeah,
a good
no,
number.
that-
I'd say like
that
4 or
is.
5, you get like your anomaly year. You're like, what the like literally like the Bengals last year would have been the anomaly year too. Like
But even like Joe Burrow's a good quarterback. Like he's
no,
good.
yeah,
he's,
no, 100%.
Yeah, like an all. Yeah,
But I know, yeah, that's no. I got off topic, but that is they would have been the weird
Quarterback
team.
perspective, yeah.
But yeah, you're well right.
Can you picture Tua walking into Orchard Park in January and winning a playoff game? That's the question you're gonna have to answer for the next
His
15 years
season,
if he
though, I don't
wants.
picture like.
But
can you
that's the
picture
question you're
anybody?
gonna have to answer for the next 15 years if he's gonna be your guy or whatever. Because Josh ain't going nowhere. Patrick ain't going nowhere.
Right. Well, to your point,
Like those are the questions, and obviously they're not going to be the 1 seed every year, but
right.
there's a good chance those two up top are going to flip whoever gets home field every other year. So it's like,
To your point though, like I don't see Tua walking in and winning that game, but you know, if the team is
I don't see a
that-
lot of people walking in
it-
with it.
no,
Well, yeah.
no, that's true. That's true.
Especially
But no,
this
but
year,
like-
right.
but like,
that's the thing.
I
Yeah.
could see, I would give the Bengals a chance, maybe
Yeah.
a better chance,
Yeah,
Because of
maybe,
quarterback play.
Sure.
just because of quarterback play. Like,
Right.
you know,
I agree.
like obviously Mahomes, yeah, he could probably walk in there and hang his balls all over him if he wanted
Yeah.
to.
Well, like at the end of the day though, like, you know, this is still like a sport and teams get lucky.
Yeah.
Minnesota Miracle. That Saints team was so good and that Vikings team had no business being in that game.
How about the damn year after too?
Yeah, but
What
that's
happened to us afterwards?
that's what
then
I'm
we
saying.
get punched in the mouth by the ref. Sometimes you just get lucky.
Sometimes you get lucky.
Sometimes
You get lucky. And with a team like the Dolphins that's really that talented, like when they have all their pieces together, they could do it. They could do it. But when you understand what your quarterback ceiling is, like, yeah, you're probably going to want to go make a move.
But the Dolphins defense, I think the Dolphins defense does give them a really actual real functionably dog, it's like a dog window. You know what I mean? It's like it's there. It's not huge.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a window for like the dogs they get in the door or something. Like they got a window though. It's not like that defense gives them a realistic shot.
Can I put this into perspective, I think, especially with the Dolphins offense and Mike McDaniel, and kind of compare it to the 49ers with Jimmy G and Shanahan?
Oh, I love this.
So Jimmy G can run their offense and execute it really well, like 90% of the game, right? Tua can execute the offense that Mike McDaniel's running, maybe even a little bit higher, 95% of the game, 98, 99. But in those offenses with such a good scheme, it's going to come down, and I'm not kidding, to 1 or 2 plays that separates the entire game. And it's going to be a play action shot with a receiver down the field, almost wide open. And if not wide open, but if Tua can't hit it or Jimmy G can't hit it, that is going to be the separating factor for a Super Bowl win, an NFC championship win, like a huge game. So that's why it's so important when we talk about like the ceilings, the quarterbacks and whatnot, they have to be able to make that throw. And that's why when you got guys that can dink and dunk and whatnot, like it's fine and you can win games, and Shanahan's been able to do it for years now, right? It's literally that one play.
It always will be.
And I'm
Like,
not kidding.
but Jimmy
I've
G-
seen Jimmy G miss that throw so many times.
Against the Chiefs
Yeah.
in the Super Bowl.
You know
I
what?
think it was to Emmanuel Sanders, right?
Tyler's going to like this again, too.
And that's the difference.
That one play, Stafford made one play in the Super Bowl, that no look. And that was a decision maker. Stafford, in my eyes, is a Kirk Cousins like tier kind of guy, but he's like that sliver above where he's got that big play potential, and he made that big play in the Super
And he
Bowl.
can
they
hit the
won.
throws down the field too.
Yeah, the arm
and
talent.
McVay was able to coach him up and teach him how to make the right decisions and play methodical through a game plan and whatnot too.
Like the no look thing. Think about
All right, settle down.
no. I'm not gonna get hype over it. I'm just gonna be like on Stafford side of things. How do you just be like, yeah, I'm gonna no look this in the Super Bowl? Oh,
Yeah, you're hanging your nuts on
I
the
think
other
that's,
team.
I honestly think that's just an instinct moment. Like I think his instinct literally told him like that was going to make it a better
That is
throw.
absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. who would
Okay,
do that.
okay, and it's a little bit off topic, but I feel like it's a good point. Just because we're just because you brought Matthew Stafford and the whole one play wins game thing.
Mhm.
But it's the thing too, because we're saying the Dolphins got a good defense. Hey, another thing, but that's the other side of the thing is if you can or can't make the big play on defense, catching the interception, falling on the fumble, that's the difference. Y'all remember last year when the Niners had a trip to the Super Bowl in the safety's hands
Yeah.
and he dropped it? That's like so. And I just want to point out. I think defenses they do that shit a lot. And so it's like to your point of like teams get lucky. It is like there's more like there's a lot of like big plays that may or may not get hit, but like I think it comes down to just talent of the roster. At the end of the day, Dolphins got a damn talented roster. That's why I'm sticking up for them. Like they're right there with everybody in terms of like overall strength.
I want to say I was mainly just talking from like offensive perspective, but you're so right. There's so many times when a defender will miss an interception that like blatantly hits him in the hands that would have won the game, like in a big game too.
And then they lose. And you can always go back to it and be like,
I don't want to uncan something, but like Marcus Williams.
no, there's still there's so many. Like that's the thing is that's why, and you got to play every snap. That's the thing, offense, defense. Like you got to make the play.
Even the other side of that, Von Miller strip sack, Richard Sherman with that fade route to Crabtree that he tipped up in the end zone, Aaron Donald with the sack and the last play of the freaking game. There's so many, and it comes down to those big moments.
How are we forgetting the OG, Malcolm Butler?
Yeah, Malcolm
That's the
Butler
biggest
with
play
the
in
pick.
Super Bowl history.
Right.
Yeah.
I think
That's
that's
the Dolphins have those playmakers, right? Would you
They do.
agree?
They
They
do.
have. That's what it comes down to. Like I'm just gonna I'm leaving it at that. But the Dolphins have.
I also just
Both
want to
sides
say that the Phillies are 3 outs away from getting no hit in the World Series.
That is atrocious.
What?
That's such a momentum killer. Did they not win 7-0 the other night?
Yesterday.
Yeah, they did yesterday.
I remember seeing that box score and being like, yes. There's no way they're losing momentum now.
Yeah.
And then you fold like this.
I don't know if you come back from being no hit and then it goes back to Houston.
I don't know if it does. I think it's 2-3-2.
No, that's it. No, it's writing.
2-3-2?
This is a Philly storyline.
I
though.
think.
It's grit.
All right, I want to ask one question about a game, and I feel like it's a big one. Los Angeles Rams are heading into Tampa Bay this week. 3:25 kickoff. CBS, Nance, Romo. It's going to be exciting. I'm hyped. Whoever loses, is this it? Is this it?
Where is it?
I can't say
It's
that
in
for the
Tampa?
Bucks
If
because
the,
the NFC South sucks so much.
well, if the Bucks lose, they'll be 3-6,
But if the Falcons lose,
and if
Still
the
be-
Rams lose, they'll be 3-5.
I think the Rams are going to win this game.
I'll
though.
give you the Bucks next couple games. Okay, they got Rams, Seahawks. I believe that's in London, or the Bucks. The Bucks have Rams, Seahawks in London, bye week. Browns, that's the game Deshaun Watson comes back. Saints,
Is
Niners,
he not coming back against
Bengals.
Houston?
I feel like that's kind of tough.
That's bad.
What's the Rams?
Rams are as follows. Oh boy. Bucks this week, Cardinals, Saints, Chiefs, Seahawks, Raiders, Packers, Broncos.
They had a lot of kidneys
Okay.
in there. I feel like
The Rams definitely had an easier stretch.
So you're saying if the Bucks lose this game, it could be it.
The thing is, they're only, I guess, 2 games technically because the Falcons have the tiebreaker. I don't know. Because, like, sorry, go ahead.
No, you have an answer.
Well, I was just going to say, like, I could see both of these teams, like, figuring it out just like that. They say they do go down to 3-6, the Bucks. I feel like they could get to 9-8, sneak in a wild card.
But
or
here's the
something.
thing, like we've been saying that now.
I
like,
know.
After
So
the Steelers lost.
trust me,
They'll
I've
figure
bet
it
on
out.
them like the last 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah.
I know. But the thing is like, and maybe this is the final thing, but like people say it about Brady every year.
I'll never count against. I'll never
That's
bet
all-
against
that's-
them. I'll
that's
never
all I'm
count them out.
saying. So I could see. I'm gonna go. The Bucs are screwed if they don't win this game.
Okay.
I think I'm leaning to the side of the Bucks. Like that's it's tough, but I'm going the opposite because I think the Bucks are still gonna have a chance no matter what. Because I'm not putting my trust in the Falcons. I want to trust the Saints. They still got to show me something. You know what I mean? They still got to keep proving it to me. And it's like that's the thing, like Tom. I'm always gonna trust Tom. Versus if the Rams fall in that hole in that division, the Seahawks that's like more legit. Like that's tough. Like I think that's a much tougher hole to get out of. So like, and that's the thing is, I think the Rams with that championship pedigree from last year, I straight up, but I'll say it right now on record. I know that it's probably not going to go this way now, especially now I said it. Let me rephrase it. I can completely see the Rams coming in there and just kicking their ass. Like not like it's gonna. I can't say that but I can certainly say I can totally visualize that. Like I'm talking 38-3, fans in the stands and just disbelief. Tom on the sideline smashing shit. I can totally see it going that way.
Connor.
I totally zoned out for a lot of what you guys said, but that's because the gears were turning.
You were
big time.
cooking.
I was cooking big time. What do we have with the Rams and the Bucks? We had 2 teams at the beginning of the season The Tampa Bay Buccaneers were 11-5 to win the Super Bowl. Second highest odds. The Los Angeles Rams were 10-6 with the sixth highest odds preseason. Just won the Super Bowl. Both these teams had Super Bowl hype and potential, and now they're 3-5 and 3-4. How many teams go 3-6 and then make the playoffs? Especially when your locker room is just like, damn, we were supposed to go to the playoffs. We were supposed to go to the bowl. And now we're getting beat by the fucking Panthers and the Cowboys and like the Steelers. Like, how deflating is that to your locker room? And now you're going up against another team that also is in that same boat. I think whoever wins this game is coming out with a chance. But if you lose, you're just as done as you're dead. You're dead in the water because your locker room's not coming back from that.
Yep, I agree. I'll give my little spiel. I think this is make or break for the Niners. Or for the Rams. Sorry, spin zone.
Spin zone.
I was thinking division wise, but I think
yeah.
this is make or break for the Rams. There's no two ways around it. I addressed the offensive line on Monday's show, I believe. Like, this is it. If the Seahawks win this week against Arizona, they're 6-3. I'm gonna assume the Niners are gonna come back and bounce back. They have the championship pedigree. They got all that juice, McCaffrey and all that stuff. Like, I don't know if they can crawl into that hole. And like Tampa, if they lose, yeah, just wrap it up. I think Tom divorce final, still going through that shit. That definitely weighs on him. Or it's getting more publicity than a lot of things right now. Like it's a big news thing. Like, I don't know, man. I think this Rams, you got to win this one. This is it. I think Aaron Donald has to take over. You have to beat up on that interior line. This is the game that. This is it.
That's why I said I think it could be a beating. I could just see them dominating.
I feel like this is like almost like I feel like it's gonna feel like a playoff game.
Yeah,
because these teams, hungry dogs are running fast. Both sides are hungry dogs.
Who took AD's first ring from him?
Okay. So,
Ooh, factual.
Pissed off.
there have been 9 teams that have made the playoffs after starting 3-5 out of a lot.
Thousands.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot.
So it's not like super.
So that's
likely.
I'll say that's
Not at all.
That's like a bad
And
number.
when
Yeah.
you go to 3-6, it cuts in half to 4 teams have made the playoffs after starting 3-6, which doesn't surprise me. But like,
Any over the last decade?
they're all since 1990,
Oh, okay, interesting.
since the playoffs expanded.
Okay, good. Okay, that's all right. That okay.
Well, also, and now there's another spot too. So yeah, you get the point though. It's not likely.
Not likely.
Yeah. Well, is there anything else? We're at 105. Good place to stop.
I think that quarterback conversation with the ceilings was
So good.
like it had to
I
be the
loved
best
it.
talk
That was
we've
cool,
had.
We got to do a lot of good talks today, boys.
Yeah.
Post Halloween, just coming. We're still swinging.
We had the holiday vibe going.
Yeah, we
We're
did.
on a holiday roll.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. And yeah, go Bears.
Bears money line.
You know what?
I don't know.
Over.
All right. Bye.